Following a hugely successful first series, the hit ITV show My Mum, Your Dad is back tonight.
Yeah, get ready for unexpected twists, heartfelt moments, and plenty of romance as a new set of single parents search for love under the watchful eyes of their children.
You know, when I first separated, I'm not going to lie, it was all about the sex, and it was, I just want to have good sex.
I'm actually mortified. If I could give my mum one piece of advice, I'd say open up a little bit more. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk about your feelings. But stop telling the whole world your sex stories, especially when your daughter's watching.
No, don't stop telling the whole world your sex story.
I mean, really?
We love it. Ahead of tonight's show, we're joined by two of the parent-child duos taking part. Maria and Livia are here alongside Andy and Issy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have to say, watching it, we're all willing you to find love in there. Like, it's so feel-good, and we want it to happen for you guys. How long were you married for, first of all, Maria?
I was married for 16 years.
Right,
yeah.
And then you were single for 8?
For about 8, yeah. So yeah, it's been 8 years of you know, searching, swiping, dating.
But it's also that thing of you've been taking care of kids as well, so
yeah.
you'll never put yourself first.
Yeah, and to be honest, when you've been with somebody that long and it ends, the last thing you want to do, to be honest, is go out and get a proper relationship. I don't want to sound funny. Yeah. That's kind of where that clip came from. It was about when that broke down. Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to go out and have fun. Yeah. 8 years down the line, it's a bit different.
One of the wonderful things about the show, though, Livia, is that you guys have to sit there and hear your parents on dates.
I think she forgot that the first 10 minutes she went in, to be honest.
But she's quite open with you because there's a lovely moment when you're on the way there in the car and she's pretty graphic about, you know, some of the dates she's been on not being as good as, you know, she might as well have stayed in.
She knows exactly what.
And it struck me.
Right, thank you, Mr. Chef.
Did you ever think that?
From my perspective, I think your mum is exactly the sort of person that would meet somebody that she's got so much enthusiasm, so much fun, that she should be meeting someone she can be with. Why do you think it hadn't been working for her?
I think she scares them off, to be honest.
Do you think she was a bit too full
I think, yeah, like, especially the first date with Andy, when it was just straight away, and I was like, is she all right? Does she know? And then she wonders why she doesn't have anyone, but I think...
So what did you make... So Andy, you go on... What was your dating history and how did you come to be in the house? And then we'll talk about this later.
Well, I'd been single for about 3 years. Right. And hadn't really time to date or any inclination, really. I've been busy with Izzy and her younger sister, and both my parents were ill, so I was looking after them, really, so I didn't have time to date, but Izzy's now in a relationship, my younger daughter's older, my dad sadly passed, so I've got a lot more time and thought Izzy and I, well, we explored this opportunity just, to be honest, to come down and have a few trips to London, the auditions, that sort of thing. We had some great weekends, didn't we? Yeah. And then it became a little bit real. Yes. And then before you know, I'm sat with Maria on a date and she's bearing her soul to me, so it was... Yes, I don't know whether I made the right decision, really.
And that's interesting because, of course, you're doing it on camera, but you're watching your dad on camera. You've never had the chance to watch your dad on a date before, I guess?
No, you don't see that part of your parents. You hear about it sometimes, not to the extent they've had to hear about it. You hear about it, but you don't see it. So to see it, it was weird, but it helped because I feel like even though you hear about it, until you see it, you can't properly navigate it, which is obviously our job in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a very strange experience.
It's so weird as well, because I think then your parents almost become so much more human too, in a weird way, because you see when they're a bit nervous or when they're a bit uncomfortable or whatever. And for me, when I was watching it, sometimes it was very hard for the kids in the room when somebody didn't like somebody else, but they thought that they did, but then it didn't work out.
It's quite humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really tricky.
Livia, did you find it easy? Like, as soon as... Because we've seen the first episode, which is tonight, so the moment when all the parents arrive and all you kids arrive as well, are you immediately going, oh, who's mum going to bond with? Who's mum going to get on with? Who do I...
Well, it's our job, so as soon as we saw everyone, we were, like, trying to, like, decide who's who and pair us up, but... And
do you think you were choosing people different to what your mum would have chosen if she'd had
Well, I had to, otherwise, if I chose who should pick, we'd get nowhere.
So what have you been getting wrong then, all these years?
I mean, I don't know. But I would say, I mean, I was hoping a Ben Shepherd was going to walk in.
Andy was there.
I know, well, he was
I was hoping for a cat, so we were
robbed.
very disappointed in the end.
We were robbed.
I was very impressed with your press-ups there, Andy.
Oh, really?
He was.
Here's an exercise.
How many of those can you do?
6 in a week.
Yeah. No, but seriously, the show, I have to say, for me anyway, I'd watched it last year, and I just thought, what an amazing opportunity to go with your kids, and they watch you sort of navigate a new environment, build friendships. It is really quite emotional, and you know, and you sort of hide that with your children. As a parent, you kind of hide your scars because you don't want to be a burden to them. And I know some people say, well, you've gone on national television and done it, but I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think I'd be going on TV and, you know, shedding tears. No way. But it's such an incredible show, and it really has, like, the biggest heart that everyone was so open and honest. And we came out, I mean, I just thought, what a rewarding, amazing experience to go through.
It was so funny because I was watching Davina being interviewed this morning by Richard Arnold, and it was interesting what she was saying, because she was saying there is no prize money. Nobody's doing this for a career. Nobody's trying to manipulate the It literally is, I want to find love.
Yeah.
Do you think, Andy, your relationship with Issy has changed from doing this?
Yeah, that was probably one of the reasons we did it. You and I haven't done much as a duo. It's always been sort of, now you're a bit older, I've done things with my younger daughter, because Izzy's off with her boyfriend. But so to do things together was brilliant. And also our views and opinions of people and experiences were very similar, which is great. So, you know, but it's been uniting for all my family, really. My mum's loved watching it.
Has she?
Oh, she loved it. She was so, I mean, she watched it last year and she really brought up the subject. She was absolutely captivated by it. And this year, she's fell in love with one of the guys off the show. They're on social media together, direct messaging.
That's not the
It's
idea.
going a bit too far, to be honest with you. But he is a good look. I'll give you a clue. He's a silver fox.
David?
Okay.
No.
No.
Right initial.
That's your dad, my grandma.
I know, yeah.
Too
That's
many
the spin-off.
generations.
I'm not too comfortable with it yet, but we'll see how it runs, you know.
Oh, my God. And what was the most tricky bit for you, guys, watching your parents? Because there is also that moment where you turn around and go, oh, I can't look.
Yeah, that's very hard. That is very hard.
Let's have a look.
Bless her.
She's on you first.
Go on.
Oh, God. I can't.
No, you can't. I mean, just in general.
Just tell us. Just tell us. Be honest. No one's watching.
detail.
No one's watching. You'll be all right.
The sex stories were the hardest part, but then seeing her, like, actually open up as well, because we're never like that.
That's interesting.
So that,
So do you think your relationship's changed because what you saw, how vulnerable your mum was being, and you've been able to sort of go, let's be more open about these things?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, you do kind of sort of easily go back to your old ways a little bit. Of course you do. But definitely if there was something on my mind, or checking in with her as well and really trying to force a conversation, whereas, you know, a lot of the times with your children, it's like, yeah, fine.
Of course, yeah.
It's just the way it is.
There is a saucy twist this year, though, Andy. There is an extra element to the whole experience, which is the snug.
Yes.
Can you explain what viewers can expect in the snug?
You spent a night in the snug.
Did you spend a night in the snug?
Did you?
It was alone.
Really?
It was alone.
I had a snoring partner
he
in
found it by
the retreat.
accident.
So I had a little venture around one evening.
Because someone you were sharing with had a snoring issue.
Yes, and I did go back to him, actually. We're back together now. But
Snug, essentially, is a little bit... I think they've got one of these in Love Island, but they keep the cameras on. But it's an area where you can go if you want to be a little bit more intimate.
Yes.
And you turn the cameras off.
So I believe. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I believe so, yes.
There is that... And, I mean, as kids, you watched all the parents, some of which went into the snug. What's that moment like when you know they're going into the snug?
Just like,
Did you guys...
No way. And then and it just goes black and we're all like, oh, my God.
And so... And you're all sitting there going, what on earth's going on? And now you all know...
We don't even want to think about it, to be honest.
Oh! And Maria, do you feel like you've now met people who, regardless of whether anything develops romantically, but you're going to be lifelong friends now.
Oh, honestly, the
like
whole cast, honestly, they were so amazing. And that's the other thing, you know, watching midlife people that are just open and honest, like I said, but also have sort of a hunger for life. You know, we were all there wanting to experience something new, because people have that perception of you get to midlife and I don't know what, you're sexless and a recluse, and it's like, hang on a minute, there's nothing further from the truth.
She can't help it. She can't help you're not saying it.
No,
you
but
know
you know
what she wants to experience, and it's life.
No, but what I mean is you do want to experience, your kids are adults now, and you want to sort of live your life and do things that are slightly scary but also exciting. And the retreat was all of that.
And what about with the kids? Was there any? Did any romance blossom amongst any of the kids?
No.
Oh,
No.
I'm going to shut that straight away because I watched last year's.
That's not what the show's about.
Oh, hold on.
Finger.
There's something going on.
Yeah, I know.
I think she
very
protests
cagey.
too much.
You've got to have the middle ground.
But it's an amazing bonding experience for you guys as well, seeing all the parents being that vulnerable and trying to guide them through.
Yeah. It's like, because I feel like in the real world, you meet people, especially like my age, and me and Liv are the same age, so like being 19, you don't straight away meet friends and open up to them, whereas when you go into there, you've already met my parents, they're on the screen, you're watching them, you know my life story.
They're in the slug, they've turned the...
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need that image
You've got to just get in the deep end straight away, so over these, like, 2 weeks, you build, like, friendships that you wouldn't even build in, like, 3 years on the outside.
Yeah.
So we've all just made such lifelong... And even with the parents, like, I've only met some of the parents this weekend, literally, and even meeting them, it's so nice. Like, you feel like you know them so well, it's lovely.
Everyone will
like
get
a
to
big
know you all a
family.
lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Series 2 of My Mum, Your Dad starts tonight, 9 o'clock on ITV1 and ITVX. Thank you all for coming in.
Thank
Can't wait to
you.
That's your Monday Night TV sorted.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.